Welcome back to Johnny Reads. Today I have a video that I was really surprised when I realized that I have never done it on this channel before in the couple of years that I've been uploading. And so I wanted to go ahead and just make the video about why I read. And so just really simple reason to start, and at least for why I started reading initially, which for anybody who doesn't know, I initially started reading when I was in high school. I would say a sophomore in high school was when I really started reading, and that was when I would bring my my crime novels to class, and I would read them whenever there was any downtime or after tests or whatever. One of the reasons that I want to talk about today was for entertainment, because to me, I don't think any other medium that we have in terms of entertainment, whether we're talking about TV, whether we're talking about music, or even movies, just whatever it may be, I don't think that they're able to capture a story and tell a story anywhere close to the way that a book is able to. Because at the end of the day, a movie might be, let's say, 2.5 hours. A TV show, it just gets really drawn out, and there's a lot of like time if it's a long show. Like, for example, like any of the shows that you see on like your broadcast TV, where they have 20 or 25 episodes a season. It's like that story, it's just so drawn out. It's like you kind of get lost, and then you have breaks and for the holidays and stuff, so it's just not the same. But for book, you don't have to deal with any of that, and you get it all right there as it's supposed to be told. And so just in my opinion, I don't think that there's any medium that we have to tell stories that can match the way that a book can tell a story. That's just my opinion. I'm sure other people will disagree, and that's okay. The other thing that I want to talk about, and for the longest time, I was always like the anti this, what I'm going to talk about. So whenever people would say, I read to escape or to get away from real life, blah blah blah, but now as mostly as an adult, I found myself kind of I guess falling in line with that mindset, because what I've noticed is that just internally, just me as a person, as a human being, when I'm reading a lot, that's when I'm happiest. I think it'll sound silly to somebody who just doesn't get it, like to somebody who doesn't read maybe, but quite frankly, just to be absolutely honest, books just make me happy. And it sounds funny to even say that, because I know that there's going to be people who see this are going to be like, what? But I mean, it's just how it is, and they really do. And I don't know if it's necessarily to escape anything, but I will say over the last maybe year, even year and a half, really, there's been a million things going on in my life, and I've struggled with a ton of them, just dealing with them on my own. And in that same time period, I haven't been reading at all until this year, really. And so it really, to me, it kind of coincides where now I think I'm doing okay. I don't know. Who knows what I'll be like tomorrow. But I think I'm doing a little bit better now, and it's kind of coinciding with the fact that I've been reading a little bit more. Of course, the last month I haven't been reading hardly at all, which, what am I doing, right? If I know that and I recognize that and I'm still not doing it, but it's just how it happens sometimes. And but I just think that just at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what's going on or whatever. Just books just make me happy. And every time I go to Half Price, I don't think, only a few people have experienced that with me, because it's not like that's exciting for most people. But going to Half Price, it's like I'm in my own habitat. I'm in my natural habitat, I guess is the way of saying it. And it just makes me so happy to be there and just wander, really, even if I have no idea what I'm going to get, or if I know exactly what I'm going to get. So books make me happy. That's why I go to them. And the last, and I don't know, this most important reason that I want to talk about today, because I could go on and on for this video, but the one that I really wanted to talk about is that I think it's amazing that an author can create a story. And I know there's more people involved. You have editing going in, you have things that might be changed for different reasons, and when it comes to the actual final product. But at the end of the day, a story was in somebody's head at some point, right? And that person put it down on paper or typed it up probably, but they typed it up and made it into a book. And to me, that's just amazing. Like when you think about that, when you think about the hours that an author would have spent trying to create that book that you're reading, and how much goes into that, how much time, how much thought, how much planning. Like, how can you not just when you get that book, or when you finish that book, think that's amazing, And so I wouldn't say that's one of the main, like, primary reasons that I read, but I think that's something that I'm cognizant of every time I pick up a book. It doesn't matter if it was written 100 years ago. It doesn't matter if it was written 2 weeks ago and published 2 weeks ago, and written in the last year or something. But it's just so much time and effort and planning and all that goes into creating that story. And to me, that's just amazing. Like, I know the same thing you can say for movies, TV shows, again, any entertainment medium. But I feel like with the other mediums, there's just so many other people that are involved in creating that. And I get that books, again, there's more people than just the author. But a lot of the work is done by the author. And that is amazing to me, that they get to create this book, not by themselves, but a lot of it is by themselves. And so that's all I have for you today. Just a couple of reasons why I read. As I mentioned, I could go on and on and on, but I really wanted to know why you read. What made you initially get into books, or get into reading, and what is it now that kind of keeps that desire going? You can always subscribe. New videos every week. I'll see you next time.